This is Maddie. What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Maddie. I'm an NPC bikini competitor, online lifestyle coach and contest prep coach, and head coach of Team Empowered Fitness, where our mission is to educate and empower other men and women to achieving their health and wellness goals, all while keeping their internal bodies in check. So this week, I am coming to you guys with a very exciting announcement. Dun, dun, dun. Cue the sounds. I can't even say it. I can't say it. I don't want to say it because I'm nervous, but it's all for good measure. So this past week on Friday, I hopped on a call with my current coach, and they want me to step on stage in 7 weeks. So let's restart this intro. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie. I'm an NPC bikini competitor, contest prep and lifestyle coach, and you are watching my Road to Pro Series 3. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was kind of a tough decision. Well, not really tough. I was initially planning on prepping again in the new year in January, and then going to Junior USAs in May. Well, I'm also going back to a part-time schooling program in May. Ironically, that program starts the very same week as the competition. So I would literally have to miss my first week of class, which is kind of a big deal because this is like a next level program. But I was gonna do it. And it would also mean that after that show, I mean, if I did want to compete again, it would be pretty tricky to do. Not impossible, but tricky. So we got on the phone and they were like, Maddie, honestly, we feel like you could be, 7 weeks out, easy. And it's tough for me to see myself that way because when I stepped on stage last, I was so lean, so lean. But I have to keep a perspective. Number one, I've hired these people for a reason. They know what they're doing. Number two, I'm going to be heavier on stage, probably 8-9 pounds heavier. Number three, the bikini division is changing, or so they say. I'm still trying to get a figure for who they are awarding, rewarding when they come in and compete. But Tyler did release a video saying that they're now looking for a physique that's more attainable and achievable by other girls. So we've got 7 weeks to bring it. They did inform me that they don't think that my prep is going to be that intense. They said it's minor tweaks that need to be made, but I got to get leaner. So this weekend we're doing all the grocery shopping. We're doing all the getting ready. I have a fun little night planned tonight. I'm going to go on one last date. It's tracked. I'm having a salad and an espresso martini. Okay. It's not like I'm going crazy. I'm not that type of person either that needs a burger and ice cream and French. I don't need to do all that before I prep. Prep has already started, right? I have to keep my mindset there. So yeah, we're going to go train back and by today. I just took check-in pictures so I don't have to do it tomorrow. And I'll keep you guys updated, but let's freaking do this, baby. All right, so it's about 8 o'clock and we are headed to the gym to go train back a little bit of rear delts and biceps. My training split has been different as of lately. I have done shoulders 3 times a week, and then legs twice. So wow, I am speeding like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a lot of volume. My glutes are still sore from training like 3 days ago, and the soreness didn't even hit until 2 or 3 days after I trained, which is like when you know you're sore. So after that, I have to go to my friend's house. She's an aesthetic nurse practitioner, and she just had a baby, so she just does stuff out of her house. But I had bitten my lip, and I got my lips done. I don't do like a ton inside of a ton of injectables, but I got a little something, and the lip was healing, and so she didn't like inject right there, obviously. But I think between like the scar of it and then the injection on the other side, it created like a lump. So it's bothering me. So she's going to try to see if she can like massage it out and then add a little bit more. So that should be fun. And then tonight I have a date with a boy from the past. He's like Matthew McConaughey's Ghost of Boyfriends Past. Ironically, we started seeing each other during the very start of my last season. And he was a trooper. He like came to do the stairs with me. I was the dim twat for that one. I ended things with him. Shocker. But here we are again. So yeah, gonna go get some Mexican food and some drinks. But today is gonna be a busy day. I have to onboard a client today and work a little bit ahead on some content because next weekend I will be at the Hurricane Pro. Back day. Starting out with some chest supported rope pull downs. These are awesome for the lats. Really focusing here on the eccentric and then a tight squeeze at the bottom, really focusing on only isolating my lats. Then I move into a superset of lat pull downs. I did do these kind of switching up the grip, a narrow grip and a little bit of a wider grip here, but really just focusing on that full range of motion and the tightest squeeze right here to focus on isolating those lats. Then we move into some rear delt flies. I like to almost overextend at the peak of the movement to be sure that I am targeting my rear delts and also keeping my traps down. Same thing applies here. I've actually been doing these rear delt pulls seated and I like it a lot better. Well, hello YouTube. So I got back from the gym like 3 hours ago. I've just been working on client onboarding and all the fun things. I love onboarding clients. I feel like I could sit there all day and just do it. I mean, it is what I do all day, but so yeah, we're sitting here eating lunch. I had my protein French toast, my usual 5 pieces, just because that was a post-workout meal. I still like to keep my pre and post-training meals, even on the nights that I'm going out to eat, the same. So I'll actually take away macros from things like my Ninja Creamy, my dessert, my lunch, because I want those carbs and that protein right when my body is going to be able to use it the most. So I'm sitting here having lunch. I have a Zevia. This is the cream soda. It's so good. And then I've air fried here. Let me see if I can put this down below. See this? I've air fried here just some vegetable stir fry, some red Argentinian shrimp and green beans. I love air frying like all the little veggie bags. It's so good. And the shrimps get nice and crispy. That was kind of gross, but it's delicious. So I have to finish onboarding a couple more clients and I'm going to work ahead on some content so I can go to the Hurricane Pro next weekend. And then I'm going to go for a walk and then go out on my date. Talk to you guys soon. All right, YouTube. So this is the fit. We've got these little Healy boos on. This is my last time fitting this Rumpelstiltskin in some jeans because we're going to be dialing it in. So he's 7 minutes away. Let's go have fun. All right, so we're closing out this Sunday with my creamy. I have some birthday cake funfetti popcorn in here. So carbs are probably going to be cut this week. And this is probably one of my last fun creamies. And then my waffle cone. Good morning, YouTube. It is Monday and it is 5:28 in the morning. I have gotten really good at just getting up without an alarm. Like, I've done this probably for the past year and a half, 2 years. No, over that. At least 2 years. I just wake up in the morning. It's great. I love it. But sometimes it means that if I get 6 hours of sleep, I'm getting 6 hours of sleep. So I'm one of those girlies that can go to bed at any time and is still gonna get up in the morning. So yeah, we are getting ready to make our little Ninja Creamies for tonight. I've been actually using these Muscle Milks. I just had a few of them that had a coupon, so I have them, but they're non-dairy. They do have milk protein, but they're non-dairy. So I'm gonna use up the rest of that, and then as of tomorrow, we'll be switching over fully to my Core Nutritionals vegan. I do add this into the Ninja Creamy, but let me get going here. We got legs today. We got no time to waste. Hi, YouTube. Oh my gosh. It's Wednesday afternoon and I am so exhausted. I'm like sitting here in my cozies. I went to the dentist today and I missed the days when I would go to the dentist for like an operation and it wouldn't hurt my mouth. Like, it was so painful. My entire inside of my mouth is just like, feels raw. But I did get protocols for prep, so I wanted to pop on here and share those with you guys. Looks like we brought carbs down by 40, so I'm still in the 200 gram of carb club. And we brought fats down by 5. So my fats, I think, are now at 50. And carbs might be at like 220 or something like that. But we added 2 HIIT cardio sessions on top of my 3 20-minute moderate intensity steady state sessions, and aren't adding in any sort of like stimulants or like fat burners, anything like that. I will have an in-person check-in this weekend, if I didn't already say that earlier in this video, at the Hurricane Pro with my coach. And we're just gonna do the thing. So I will have updates as we get going, but I wanted to talk about how this prep I'm planning on being a lot different. Big announcement here, and something that has been weighing heavily on me. Not an easy decision to make, but I hope that I have everybody's support in doing so, recognizing that sometimes you just have to try something different. I am doing this prep and this show with another coach on another team. I have nothing but absolute great things to say about my previous coach. We worked together for many years, and he was nothing but a source of inspiration and education and empowerment to me. I wouldn't be here where I'm at in my career, that is for certain, without him and his support and his guidance and his team. But at this point in my career, I just felt like I needed a different set of eyes. I was interested to get a perspective from a female coach, and just get some things tweaked. I was finding that like my feedback after shows and stuff sometimes was posing, or sometimes was, the last few shows that I did, I just wasn't really happy with my suit. So we're sort of brushing up on all of those things. I did order a new suit, so stay tuned for that. We're getting all new things, you guys, for this show. I'm very excited. But because it is such a short prep, typically I am that girl that likes to keep in all the things like dairy and protein powders and artificial sweeteners really up until like 3 or 4 weeks out. But this year, this show, that is not the case for me. So I'm kind of easing into it because I was having some of those things in my diet, at least in moderation. I was not making myself uncomfortable and having artificial skinny syrups at every meal, but they were finding their way in there somehow. So I have cut all that stuff out today. At least artificial sweeteners, GHUs. I've been dairy free for a while now, so that's not really the dairy thing is not really a big deal. However, I do plan on just keeping my meals really basic, not only for us as a team now, to see my body change a lot faster, because sometimes if you're having stuff like GHUs and you're doctoring up all your meals and like you're adding like coconut cream and then you're adding like, I don't know, stevia sweetened chocolate chips and like all these fun things, they can cause you to hold on to a little bit more water, and not really depict truly what your physique is looking like and how it's changing. So I made the executive decision, as opposed to ripping the Band-Aid off and like, you're in prep now, guardrails are up, like dun dun dun. Like, I'm not just gonna, today I was like, I'm not just gonna start eating whole plain eggs without my like hot sauce, and like my breakfast every day is oatmeal, blueberries, cocoa and an omelet. But I also do just want to simplify things. Like, instead of, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like what's complicated in my diet. My Ninja Creamies, right? Those are right now, I'm not doing any sort of like Fairlife shakes or even like a dairy-free premix shake. I'm using the Core Nutritionals vegan protein and cashew milk. But I want to take those out, because even when I'm in peak week or even when I'm traveling, I'm not going to be able to have those things. So that is one of the reasons why I want to take things out. Is in previous shows, I've had a lot of foods in my diet that when I travel to another state, I'm not actually able to pick up and get. So I want to make sure that my diet is so simple that when I travel, I can go to the supermarket or whatever local store they have and I can find everything that I need. So I might replace like the Ninja Creamies also with just a more whole food meal. That way I'm staying fuller for longer as we start working food down. Other things that, you know, other reasons for just getting my diet really simple, like I said, really just lead to, are for the motive to get a true depiction of how my body is progressing each week, void of any sort of inflammation, water retention, things of that nature. But I'm really, really excited. I was expecting for a much bigger drop and a lot more cardio. But we know that the division is changing, right? That's one of the big reasons why I chose to do this show, is that the division has changed, or so they say, that they're looking for fuller girls that have this physique that's a lot more attainable and achievable, so other people can see themselves in the sport a lot easier. It doesn't mean we have to work any less, right? But hopefully with those changes and with the sport adapting their judging criteria, that I won't need to be as lean. And we know that my feedback from previous shows was that I was too lean. So now I'm a lot fuller. That goes without saying. I hope that I've put on some muscle, some size. I think I have. So we'll see what the next few weeks bring, and I'll keep you guys on this journey. Hey YouTube, so while I am waiting on my French toast to finish cooking, I figured I would hop on here and share some insight with you. You guys know that I'm a big mindset gal, and I'm always trying to think about, you know, where my headspace is at and if it's in alignment with my goals, because I know that that is the biggest thing that, let me get comfy, that can really handicap us. Whether you're pursuing a building phase, whether you're pursuing more balance in your life, whether you're pursuing a contest prep or a fat loss phase, your mind and what you tell yourself and what you believe and what you put out into this world will dictate your actions tenfold, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. So with that being said, I've been really working on my mindset, especially since this is such a new introduction, kind of like a diversion, if you will, from the plan that I initially had in place. I know that I have to wrap my head around the fact that, you know, this is prep now. And I had found myself seemingly explaining to people that we're doing this prep and that I'm going to be going to Texas. And I was always following it up with, well, I got to be 24 for 3 months. And now we're doing it again. We're back in the grind again. We're alone again. We're going to bed at 8 again.
And I was focusing on all the things that, truth be told, it doesn't really bother me. But all of the more negative things about being in a prep, as opposed to approaching it with the mentality of empowerment, the mentality of, hell yeah, I freaking made this choice. It was a last minute choice. And I'm excited to do it. I'm grateful that my body is 24 years old and that I'm not married and that I don't have kids and that, I have a family that doesn't really do much for the holidays. And so it really sets me up for success in this prep, right? But the issue was, even though I didn't really believe this, I wasn't very different in my off season relative to how I am in my prep. It wasn't like I was going out to bars every day, and it wasn't like I was eating out all the time. But I very quickly began creating that reality for myself by saying, well, I got to be 24 for 3 months and now I'm back on the grind. What that implies and what seed that plants in my head is that now that I'm in prep, I don't get to be 24-year-old Maddie. I don't get to enjoy time with friends. I don't get to stay up late at night. I don't get to eat out. And the reality is, I wasn't really doing those things before. But it makes prep seem like this big, drastic change. It makes prep seem like this thing that's arduous. It makes prep seem like this thing that's a punishment, right? So I was like, but I don't really care. So switch the things that you're saying. So my point in sharing that with you is really monitor not only your thoughts, because in reality, my thoughts were not that this prep is a punishment. I've always been that athlete that's like, you chose this, you chose it, girl, own it. And I did choose this. And I feel good about my decision. But you really have to watch what you're saying to other people. Even if you're not even if you don't really truly believe what you're saying, watch that self-talk. Watch how you are perceiving situations. Watch how you are making yourself seem like you are perceiving situations, because you will quickly start to create circumstances in your head. This prep hasn't gotten all that hard, but had I continued on the journey and on the path of sharing with others, well, yeah, I got to be 24 for 3 months. I have to miss out on Halloween. I have to miss out on Thanksgiving, even though I don't care about those things. If I continue to talk that way, then missing out on Halloween is all of a sudden gonna feel and seem like the worst thing in the world. Missing out on Thanksgiving is gonna seem like the worst thing in the world. Going to do my cardio, worst thing in the world. Because I have framed in my head that this prep is a punishment, that I cannot be 24 and be in this prep, as opposed to expressing gratitude, right? Same thing when you get up in the morning to do your cardio. Is that cardio a punishment? Or I'm not saying you need to be ultimately an optimist, yeah, I can't wait to go sweat in the stairs. But can you express a little gratitude for the fact that you got up to your alarm this morning, and the fact that you've got a gym that's open at the ass crack of dawn, and that you're in air conditioning, and that you have a body with mobile joints? It's simple stuff, but you had a pre-workout meal, tasted really good. You can't wait to go home and hug on your boo and give them the sweaty loves, and then go eat some French toast, whatever it may be. Just watch the little seeds that you're planting, because those seeds leave a trail, and they leave mental trails, and you will be quick to find yourself resenting choices that you otherwise would and truly are proud to be making. So that's the tea for today, sis. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, so I just got back from the grocery store. I have my cart here. I intentionally planned on, I can't even speak right now. I'm so exhausted. I initially planned on going to the grocery store and picking up a list of literally 3 things. But then I got there and I was like, okay, this weekend I'm going to Hurricane Pro. I've got some clients that signed up today, so I'll have onboardings to do. And I was like, not happening. We're gonna make this quick and efficient. So I just wanted to film a little haul to show you guys my transition foods as I go a little bit more hardcore prep diet. Okay, so I did pick up, I like these Better Oats. I'm gonna be having 2 packs of these in the morning with some almond butter. And I am gonna try out some Greek yogurt again. You guys know that I've been doing the Cocoa Yo, the vegan probiotic yogurt, but we're gonna try some regular yogurt. I also found this confetti cake, organic instant oatmeal, but the ingredients are all wholesome, okay? So don't come at me for processed things. It's not all that bad. Whole grain rolled oats, organic cane sugar, organic colored bits with turmeric, vegetable juice, fruit juice, flavored naturally, colored naturally, so I figured what the heck. Picked up some zucchinis and some spinach. I won't be having eggs in the morning anymore because I'm curious as to if the eggs cause some bloat for me. I got these little baby sweet potatoes. That's gonna be some of my carb sources. Sweet potatoes are so easy because you can just pop them into the microwave by stabbing some holes in them and then putting a wet paper towel around it. And then I picked up both of these. I got the Dan and Light and Fit Zero Sugar and the Chobani Zero Sugar. I might end up returning them if they cause any sort of GI issues, but I figured for now we'll try it. And then my afternoon snack in prep is going to be tuna on rice cakes. So I picked up a few different packages of tuna just because I haven't had it in a while, but I picked up this sun-dried tomato and basil bumblebee tuna. My favorite is the Star-Kissed sun-dried tomato and basil. However, I don't think it's wild caught, and they don't sell it anymore. And then we got, of course, my favorite milk, Silk Cashew. I like this way better than almond milk, especially for you girls that are making like Ninja Creamies and stuff. It's just way creamier. And then, oh, this is a fun bag. Decaf coffee. This is an amazing flavor. The vanilla from Target. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. And then I picked up some egg whites to get me through the rest of this week. Green onion. I love putting green onion on literally everything, especially my lunch bowls. Salt-free garlic and herb seasoning. And then I got some meat. So I got wild-caught Alaskan sockeye salmon fillets and then my grilled chicken from Target. And then I picked up some more tuna. So in here we've got sustainably caught albacore tuna, and then we also picked up wild caught sweet and spicy. So we have plenty to pick from. I will be giving you guys a tuna review next week. And then, per usual, last prep, this is a staple. I love these VT basmati rices. It's just so much easier than cooking rice. Like, I just don't have the time for that. So, but sometimes, y'all, it's like the rice gets purple. Look at this. Like, the rice is purple. I don't know if that's from the ink. I don't know. Something's trouble. And then I've been on a Zevia soda kick. So I got the cream soda flavor, and then I got the ginger root beer flavor. I don't know that I'll like this, but I saw it and it piqued my fancy. So I'll probably cut those out pretty soon here too, but that's the haul for now. I do have to pick up like some broccoli, green beans, but that's pretty much all that I'm like forgetting. I have cod in the freezer. My meats are gonna be chicken, salmon, and cod. So that is that. C'est la vie. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. I just got back from the grocery store. Oh, look at my water bottle. It looks giant. But Sprouts now charges you for bags, so we just put everything in our backpack. But I wanted to show you guys what I got. I got some fun things. I was hungry because I had legs today. I know that your Apple Watch doesn't like tell you accurate calories, but my leg day says that I burned 711 calories in one workout. But I got my vegan mozzarella. I love this. It's made with cashew milk, water, coconut oil, sea salt, mushroom extract. It's literally amazing. And then I picked up these little baking chips. These are made with cocoa butter and Tahitian vanilla. They're organic. They do have non-fat milk in them, so I don't know how long I'm gonna have these for. But then I also got these Enjoy Life white mini chips, and these are free from. Wow, they're very small. I'm feeling them, very small. But these are free from 14 different allergens: wheat, peanut, tree nut, dairy, casein, soy, egg, sesame, mustard, lupin, added sulfites, fish, shellfish, and crustaceans. I hope there wouldn't be crustaceans in my chocolate chips. But this is what I really wanted to show you. In prep, if you guys have ever done a contest prep before in a fat loss phase, teas become your best friend. And 'tis the season. I didn't know these were going to be out so soon, but these are just something good. All right. So I got the Candy Cane Lane and my favorite, oh gosh, Sugar Cookie Sleigh Ride. It's an amazing tea. Amazing, amazing. It's like a dessert in and of itself. So we got some teas. I'm excited. And now I'm going to make some French toast. Okay. So for all my prep girlies, I have been taking out the pancake syrup from my French toast because I'm on less carbs. But if you take the rest of your egg whites, or even if you're making an egg white omelet and maybe your protein's a little bit lower, you can use your immersion blender, like your little hand blender, and blend it up and get it kind of foamy. And it makes like this thick concoction. I know it sounds weird, but then you can just top it right on top of your French toast and it acts kind of like a sauce. But it gets like cooked. You just have to wait for it to start foaming. So, low-cal tip Tuesday, or it's Friday. It's Friday, I'm delirious. We are back in the kitchen. So I just made a little Nourish bowl here. It's got a shrimp burger, some stir-fry veggies, and sweet potatoes and butternut squash that I air-fried. But you guys, I air-fried some kale. And this stuff is so good. If you're low carb, which this meal isn't necessarily low carb, but if you are, this is a way to add a little bit of crunch and micronutrients to your meal, and it's tasty. Also, as an aside, this ginger root beer Zevia, amazing. Okay, YouTube, so I wanted to close out this video by addressing something that I addressed over on my YouTube or on my Instagram channel this week. And that is my little continuous glucose monitor. That's this guy. Now I can finally throw it out. It's kind of gross that I've hung on to this to share it with you. That's literally why. You're welcome. But I got this because I've been doing some research in some of my functional nutrition studies on advanced methods of monitoring biofeedback, okay? And I was dealing with feeling like my meals, like when I would eat carb-heavy meals, like I would crash very soon thereafter, and I was having plenty of fiber, paired with the fact that I was feeling watery. The scale was really erratic, kind of doing crazy things, but the wateriness really bothered me, and my dips in spikes in energy throughout the day. Like I would be yawning after my meals, and I just didn't really understand why. So I got that, and I also did the 4-point ZRT test, and I think I talked about in a previous YouTube video that my cortisol was spiking between 12 and 4 p.m. So essentially, blood glucose can be erratic and can do crazy wonky things
for a multitude of reasons. You don't need to be diabetic. Yes, if you have an insulin sensitivity issue, your blood glucose you're going to have a hard time bringing those blood sugars down. But if you're chronically dieted, as in you're under eating or you're overeating, you could have blood glucose issues. If you've got issues with cortisol, or you're overly stressed, or you're overtraining, you could have blood glucose issues. If you've got a hormonal imbalance, you could have blood glucose issues. There's a multitude, and I did a post on this over on my Instagram page, but a multitude of reasons why you could be having issues with your glucose that are far beyond being diabetic or pre-diabetic, okay? But nonetheless, it's important that our bodies are equipped and able to bring down those blood sugars. So what I did was I got a continuous glucose monitor. I am not a fan of the CGMs. I like the finger sticks better. I think they're more accurate. The reason being is that the studies that have been done on CGMs have been done on obese people. So you have to take into consideration that your glucose levels that it's reading are likely going to be 10 to 15 points higher than what your true glucose levels are. So for an athlete or someone who is healthy, I would say just go on Amazon, get a little finger pricks and test your glucose. But how you're going to do this is you're going to test your blood sugars in the morning when you're fasted. And then you're also going to test your blood sugars after one of your meals, approximately 2 hours after that meal. So an example of this would be 7 a.m. in the morning, as soon as you get up after you've had water. And then after lunch, 2 hours after your lunch, let's say you eat at 12, you'll test at 2. And the goal would be that your blood sugars would come back to that morning fasted blood glucose level, or within 5 to 10 points of that. But ideally, we would want blood sugars to be between 80 and 90. That's like a really healthy range. And if they're falling outside of that, it could be an indication that you're under eating, that you're overeating, that you're stressed, you've got a cortisol issue, you've got an HPA axis issue, or you've got a hormonal imbalance. All things that we can address, but a lot of people had been asking me, like on my Instagram, they'd seen pictures. They're like, "Oh, are you diabetic?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." But I am dealing with insulin sensitivity issues or glucose sensitivity issues. So got that under control. Started taking some adaptogens at 12 and at 4. Started going for a midday walk, kind of reorganized my day, started working on some more parasympathetic nervous system activities. I did eliminate yoga and I added in a stretching day, so something that I actually enjoy. And I think it's been really helpful. So now I can throw this out, but I just wanted to close out with that today and just kind of explain why there was a sticker on my arm. Getting that gump off my arm was not fun. But yeah, it's Friday. Tomorrow we're gonna go to the Tampa Pro, and I'm so excited. Or Hurricane Pro, Tampa Pro, that already happened. Hurricane Pro, I'm so excited to see my friends, and a lot of the pros are my friends too that are competing. And yeah, I've got a client that's 1 week out from her show, so my focus is on her and all my other clients, of course. But thank you for tuning in this week. Thank you for all of your support. You guys, we are 7 weeks out from nationals. Is it I'm crazy. I'm crazy. But I'm excited to have you guys along for the ride. So be sure to subscribe to this channel now that you're going to be watching a new prep series. Like this video if you're excited that I'm hitting the stage again. And be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on me hitting the stage again. Honest thoughts. I can take it. All right. I'll talk to you guys next week.